the Vikings thing here, and I do believe that we've done this now multiple times. We have a great team here, and there's questions about the quarterback. So you're saying, all right, this sounds familiar, right? Great Vikings team, older quarterback, maybe even an older quarterback who used to be a legend for the Green Bay Packers and went to the Jets for a year. Oh, yeah, that sounds like Brett Favre, doesn't it? Yeah, Brett Favre. And now it also sounds like Aaron Rodgers. And there's a lot of speculation over the past few days that Aaron Rodgers was going to sign with the Steelers. On Tuesday, though, when all the reports are coming out that Rodgers could sign later today, the momentum sort of stalled. And you're looking around the internet and it's like, all right, well, what's going on here? Is it the financial reasons? Maybe a little bit of that. Is it the length of the contract? Does Rodgers want a 2-year deal? Maybe it's that. I think there's a little bit more to it. And when I really believed there was more to it was when Mike Silver tweeted out, in the Vikings organization, Kevin O'Connell's opinion carries the most weight when it comes to the QB decisions. There are some very interesting conversations taking place right now. So I saw that. And then I saw Daniel Jones also going to the Colts, and I went, all right, a second. This sounds like Kevin O'Connell thinks he could get 1 year out of Rodgers. Rodgers thinks and realizes that Minnesota is his best option to win now. And there's some convincing of the Wilfs and maybe Kwesi as well to have Aaron Rodgers come into Minnesota for a 1 year, potentially magical season. I actually texted Mike Silver about it. I worked on a show with Mike. I was like, Mike, is this... I actually didn't ask him about it because I thought that would be unprofessional, but I tried to hint at it by saying like, hey, Mike, am I crazy for thinking Rodgers would work? And, Mike's super professional. He did not even come close to taking the bait and was like, well, he's like, yeah, they're thinking about it. And I was like, all right. So,
well, Dan Rossini also said, she reported, I got this notification during the show that the Vikings are explicitly considering signing Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, did that just come out right now?
So here's the thing,
that just happened.
Oh, dear. Are we back? Are we back?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that Diana Rossini, she just tweeted that.
Oh, yeah, she tweeted that. And here's the thing about Aaron Rodgers, I think, is I'm sort of thinking about Aaron Rodgers. I am extremely confident that he's already made up his mind between Pittsburgh and New York. I don't think he's waiting this long. He's known that those are the teams that are going to be interested in him for months, right? So it doesn't make sense to me that Aaron Rodgers is sitting back thinking, oh, I don't know. Do I want to go stay in New York? Do I want to go to Pittsburgh? I don't know what he's going to decide between those two teams, but he's holding them hostage right now. I think eventually one of them might get fed up. But that's not the question.
I think you're totally wrong on this one.
I think that Aaron Rodgers is waiting because he wants to see if the Minnesota Vikings are going to make him an offer, because he'd much rather take that than go to either Pittsburgh or New York. Well, I think he already knows which of those two he wants. No, I'm agreeing with you. I think he already knows which of those two he wants. I don't think he's holding up because he's worried about that, like it's being pitched. Okay. He's holding up because he wants to see, do I get a chance to go to Minnesota? That's the only explanation I can come up with for why he hasn't signed with a team yet and why he's holding them hostage.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you. And some people have said, he doesn't want to follow Brett Favre's footsteps. Who knows? Brett Favre came on the Will Cain show today and was like, by all means, sign with the Vikings. They're a really good.
I'll tell you what Aaron Rodgers wants. Aaron Rodgers wants a second Super Bowl.
Yeah. And the best chance is easily, if he goes to Pittsburgh or New York, I think it ends poorly, quite poorly.
New York, he's lucky to make the playoffs. Pittsburgh, he's lucky to make the playoffs and not have to go on the road to Kansas City, Buffalo, or Baltimore.
Yeah,
round one.
I'm very confident saying if he goes to Pittsburgh or New York, it is not a pretty season for Aaron Rodgers. And maybe they pull off that Pittsburgh magic and somehow get to 9-8, but they probably will. That's what Tomlin does. But you're right. They're going on the road and they're again blown out in Buffalo in the wild card weekend. That will happen. Aaron Rodgers, to the Vikings, I think, look, right now, Aaron has the Brett Favre decision. I mean, this is really it. It's unbelievable, the parallels in this situation for both teams from the 2009 Vikings to the 2025. Really strong offensive lines, great skill position players, headlined by the most unstoppable of superstars in the league in Adrian Peterson in 2009 and Justin now in 2025. Two pretty complete defenses headlined as well by dominant defensive lines. With Jonathan Grenard, Van Ginkel, the Vikings had Jared Allen and the Williams Wall in 2009. the biggest question mark here now from 09 and 25 was, can there be a quarterback to bring it all together? And Brett Favre did. Now, if Aaron Rodgers is willing to swallow some pride and avoid creating any drama, I think he has an unbelievable opportunity to chase that second Super Bowl and achieve it with Kevin O'Connell. Like, it's on the table. It really is.
And beat Green Bay twice.
And beat Green Bay twice. It's just a matter of, would Aaron be willing to put aside some of his pride and go out there and play with the team? And
I don't think that's the question.
What do you think it is?
I think the question is Minnesota willing to risk tanking JJ McCarthy's development for 1 year? Like Aaron Rodgers, I think he will, at least on paper, agree to every single term the Vikings presented with. Because as you said, right, like going to New York, going to Pittsburgh, everybody's very excited about Rodgers to Pittsburgh. They'll have maybe the 12th best Super Bowl odds if he signs there. It's not going to make a difference. New York, even worse. But the thing is, if you sign Aaron Rodgers to Minnesota, if JJ McCarthy, if he's going in as a starter, that's automatically giving up a year on JJ McCarthy. He's not going to be happy about that. If you go in with it's going to be an open competition, you have to trust that Aaron Rodgers is all right being a backup for the first time since he was to Brett Favre. Frankly, good luck. The second JJ McCarthy shows a single sign of struggling, Rodgers is going to be out there complaining to the media. He'll be going on Pat McAfee. Every journalist will be saying, get Aaron Rodgers in there. If JJ McCarthy has one bad game, it'll happen. That's just inevitable. Like, it will create bad vibes. There's no way around it.
Wait. I'm sorry. I was looking at odds for a second at the very beginning of that. If Aaron would not be the backup in any situation, there's literally no.
I said there's only two options. Either he's going in as a surefire starter, in which case you're just punting on JJ McCarthy for a year, in which case he's upset, or you trying to make it an open competition, in which case no one wins.
No. If Aaron comes to the Vikings, I mean, this I would be willing to bet a substantial amount of money. If he goes to the Vikings, he is the unquestioned starter going into next season. Now, the only maybe if JJ McCarthy just looked unbelievable.
The Vikings would bench Aaron Rodgers in a second if JJ McCarthy gave him a better chance to win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, like, if JJ was just head and shoulders better, I'd still probably think Aaron would start week 1 if he comes to Minnesota. But yeah, if he signs there, he's playing. Like Aaron is not going to Minnesota to be in a competition. He'll go to the Giants or the Steelers before that. But yeah, dude, I'd be excited. I'm looking right here. The Vikings are 15th in Super Bowl odds at plus 4,100. They're actually right behind the Bears at plus 3,700. They're behind the Bucks. Like, let's see, who do they jump, Ziggy? Ready? This could be fun right here. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Vikings, how many of these teams do they jump? The Bears.
Yes.
The Bucks.
No.
Okay. Does it end there for you? The Texans?
It ends there. It's no.
See, I think if Aaron Rodgers, maybe in my mind. Well, what about in your mind? Let's forget the sports book. Where did they jump this?
Oh, in my mind, like in my.
Okay, so the Bears, yes. The Bucks,
yes.
Texans,
yes.
Chargers,
yes.
Packers.
Screw it. Yeah.
Rams.
Probably, yeah.
Bengals.
No.
Okay. And then, well, here, I'll just say the other ones. The Commanders?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd say yes. 49ers?
No.
Okay. And then I'm assuming you have the Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills.
Yeah. No way we're jumping any of those guys. But they'd be close to top 5 in my odds-ish.
I would probably put them... Again, let's say the Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Lions, I'll stand ahead of them. I would probably... I think I'd put them 6th. The Bengals' defense is horrendous. I think I'd have the Vikings as the 6th most likely team to win the Super Bowl. And people are going to say that's insane. I acknowledge.
Oh, well, let's be clear. It is a little insane, right?
Yeah,
this is why I think in the actual odds, they don't even jump the Bucks. But look, if you're going to be a Vikings fan, none of us are picking this team to jump the line, like to jump the Bears or the Packers and chasing the Lions. You got to give us something.
Yeah, like with Aaron Rodgers, I think he'd have a fantastic season. I really do. I can't. Like, he's good enough still. I know that the Jets was kind of a disaster, but that's who the Jets are, guys. The Jets always do this sort of thing. And the Vikings are like, I mean, one of their calling cards of the past 30 years has been older veteran quarterbacks coming in and having strong seasons. They've been doing it forever. Warren Moon came in, Randall Cunningham came in, Brett Favre came in. I mean, they do this. Like, this is what they do. And usually it ends poorly with something catastrophic happening. But this is who we are. And I expect it to be an awesome year if Aaron Rodgers is there. I think that everything is in place. Like, we don't have the roster and the coaching staff that I think would lead to a collapse. It would really take Aaron just being horrible. And I don't think he's horrible.
I know how the Vikings break the curse once. We have to sign Aaron Rodgers. I know how we break the curse.
How? What?
Brutal. So hear me out, Paul. Hear me out. This is it. We sign Aaron Rodgers. What's the most Vikings thing ever? Aaron Rodgers plays lights out. We're like on the path to the 1 seed. And then like week 17 or 18, Aaron Rodgers like re-ruptures his Achilles and is out for the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's usually how it goes for us, but let's just say sure.
JJ McCarthy's the Nick Foles of the Minnesota Vikings. We transition to JJ McCarthy and Super Bowl's reign.
We transition
like a Minnesota blizzard. Super Bowl's falling from the sky.
That's an optimistic.
Aaron Rodgers gets his ring. That's it. Okay, let's sign Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I'm the script writer.
We're more of the team. I feel like we're more of the team that has the collapse as opposed to the, why I'm not even throwing out the jinxes out there. I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay. So yeah, we should go after Aaron Rodgers. I would be excited. I would be very excited. I know a lot of Vikings fans would be pissed off, but I think Kevin O'Connell wants it. I really do. And I think they're going to.
Whether or not it's the best, whether or not it's the best thing for the Vikings long term, I don't know, but I want it to. I think it's hard to. I get the rational part, long-term worries, Aaron Rodgers culture, whatever. I don't think you're a fan if the thought of Aaron Rodgers to the Vikings doesn't excite you at least a little bit.
Yeah, it's exciting. And I mean, just the storyline is phenomenal. Like that's Rodgers following the Favre's footsteps. Can you imagine that game? We would have to go when the Vikings go back to Lambeau Field.
I mean, you predicted this years ago. But this is what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember years ago I sat back and I was talking to our friend Evan Cook and I was like, this all checks out here. Like, Kirk will be gone.
We'd have to get a box.
It'll be a disaster. Yeah, it'll be a disaster in with the Jets. And then I was just looking at the team and I was like, this team will be ready to go in 2 years. And the Vikings, strip the teams of quarterbacks. The Vikings are I think the Vikings and the Lions are a toss-up for the most ready-to-win now team between those two. Outside of quarterback. So it'll be fun. It will be fun.